Marvel Watch Along. I'm Braxton Timberlake, and we're here to watch Loki, episode number 5. With me, we got Caitlin.
Hey everybody, cannot wait for episode 5. Episode 4 was fantastic.
Coming around the corner, we got Richard.
What's up, guys? What Caitlin said. Can't wait for this episode.
And as always, we got TC.
What's up, guys? Excited to be here. Episode 5. There's only 2 more left. This episode, I think they're going to deliver. I think they're going to kind of solve a lot of our questions and maybe leave episode 6 to wrap everything up. So I'm hyped for this one for sure.
There we go. Yeah, there's a lot of expectations. There's a lot to be revealed still. There's a lot to still see. There's a lot of action to be enjoyed. So I'm really excited to see what happens here. We don't quite have the episode name yet, so we don't have any clues yet, but we have gotten clues in the forms of teasers from TV spots and other things for what's coming in the episode, much less what they left over from the end of the last one. So let's get into it. One of the main things that was revealed during episode number 4 was pruning does not equal death necessarily. Pruning, you go to prunatory, I guess, where other people are.
That's such a great name for it.
Trademark, right there.
Right.
So we see Loki wake up in this weird new world after Mobius gets zapped, and then he gets zapped, and he sees other versions of Loki. So let's talk about this real quick because it's the main thing that everyone wants to know. What the heck do you think is going on, Richard? What are your just general thoughts about what this ending means?
I mean, cool that Loki's not dead again. You know, he's died 3-4 different times and come back every single time.
He's
exactly.
Loki. He's not gonna stay dead.
Yeah, there's no way you can actually kill him. But yeah, I mean, we saw an alligator version of Loki. I mean, I didn't think this show could get any crazier than that, but I have no idea what to expect from this episode. But we finally got Richard E. Grant. We got boastful Loki, Kid Loki. You know what? The thing I've been thinking about all week is we've seen this on Twitter. What happens to Owen Wilson? Like, does he meet Lightning McQueen? Does he meet the guy from Marley and Me? Does he meet his character from Night at the Museum? Like, what happens to him is what I'm wondering.
Okay, what do you think this punitory is?
Oh man, I mean, the first thing I think is it completely blows that whole sacred timeline thing out of the water because they're on a different world. So that to me was kind of the coolest part about that. But man, I don't know. It could be tied to like some Secret Wars stuff. It could be some kind of weird interdimensional thing. But it was cool, and I really am kind of hoping that it was the alligator crocodile Loki, that was the one that was talking.
Yeah, I mean, in episode 3 and 4, what they really hammered home was that the TVA is full of crap. So I'm interested to see what else they're going to show to us this episode.
Not like we haven't known that since the beginning.
Right?
Yeah, they were sus since the beginning. This episode, I mean, I think there's kind of like the Phantom Zone where they're in right now. They all got pruned in prunatory. And I'm just excited to see like their personalities. Like, are they gonna kind of act like Loki in just different ways? I'm excited to see, them play off the main timeline Loki there. But I don't know. It may end in them going back to their timelines, or I don't know. The whole thing is just kind of cool and interesting, and I think it's gonna be a cool episode for sure.
So 2 out of the 4 have already mentioned the Crocodile Loki. So let's just move to predictions real quick. Is Crocodile Loki going to be speaking, and is he the leader of the crew? What do you guys think?
Man, I hope so, because that would be amazing. That would be like the weirdness factor of, yep, we're going to do whatever we want. This is now like the leader of the Loki cult. What are you going to do?
I'll be slightly disappointed if it's not, but whatever happens, it's going to be great. I mean, the fact that we get alligator Loki at all is absolutely nuts. So I can't wait to see. Anything's going to be great from here.
Yeah, that voice wasn't coming out of the kid Loki, so it's either coming out of the old Loki or the boastful Loki. But I hope it's the crocodile too. Yeah, I do.
I want to. You know, I was thinking. I'm picturing it. I want it to be Frank's first line from Men in Black. I want it to be that kind of reveal. the dog from Men in Black.
Oh, right.
It's a nice homage. Yep.
Yeah,
right.
We mentioned Throg last episode. It would be cool if he was from like a dimension, or his own version of
Zootopia
multiverse
version of Thor.
Can we just get a little frog
versions
jumping around in the background somewhere with the?
Imagine it's like a family of frogs, and there's like an alligator. He's like, "I'm adopted." What?
You mean I'm not a frog?
Oh my god!
Actually, that's brilliant.
That's great.
Hey, Marvel can do it. They got a raccoon and a little baby tree. Come on, give us the
No,
frog.
seriously. Marvel had license to do anything they wanted once they brought a movie with a talking raccoon and a live tree.
Yep.
There you go. So we did see in one of the TV spots, they showed or revealed like a quick glimpse of a little bit of action. So it looks like the Loki's going to get some action in. Even old Richard E. Grant looked like he was like getting in some action. So that should be fun. Let's talk about Kid Loki a little bit. It seems like one of the initiatives of the Disney Plus series is introducing new heroes to the forefront. So you have, supporting characters like Wanda getting pushed to the forefront. We have Falcon getting moved into the Captain America seat. Do we think that either Kid Loki is being set up for a Young Avengers type of deal, or do you guys think that Sylvie is being set up to be the new Loki in the MCU? What are your thoughts?
I could definitely see them using Sylvie more. I don't necessarily know if she'll be the new Loki, but I could definitely see her being used more. And for Kid Loki, I think it'll just depend on how much he's used in this episode.
Yeah, and for me, like, ever since Billy and Tommy came into WandaVision, and ever since Haley Steinfeld got cast as Kate Bishop, it seemed pretty damn clear that they were going the Young Avengers route at some point, because you got them, you got the Tease of Patriot and Falcon Winter Soldier, you've got Miss Marvel coming up. I mean, there's no way that they don't do Young Avengers at some point. It's inevitable at this point.
I think it might be a little bit more of the same thing if they were to make like Young Loki like oppose the Young Avengers, kind of like a rehash of what we already got with this Loki. And I don't know. I think it might be just a one and done in this episode. I don't think they have any plans for Kid Loki moving forward. In last episode, I was kind of like with Loki falling in love with Sylvie because
super creepy.
They just met and he's in love, really. But yeah, it goes along. It's like Marvel, like it's just a Marvel being Marvel and saying, oh, he's just such a narcissist that he just loves himself. So they always justify it in some way. So I'm fine with it for now. But yeah, Sylvie, I mean, I think the actress is really good. So I do think that she has a future moving forward if they wanted. I think they might do that.
Well, if we learn nothing else tonight, we know that TC does not believe in love at first sight.
No. Ridiculous. Only in movies.
Also, we've got the name of the episode up, and we finally get President Loki. It's in the thumbnail. It's called this is an interesting Journey into Mystery. Loki tries to escape the Void, a desolate purgatory where he meets variant versions of himself. So I guess it's called The Void.
The Void. What's the episode name again?
Journey into Mystery. Isn't that a Thor comic?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Where's that title from? Yeah. Interesting. Well, they actually kind of stole a little bit of my thunder, because I was going to ask you guys what you thought about how President Loki is going to work his way into this. Caitlin, let me get your quick theory about how we could see President Loki either in this episode or the next one, or if you think he's going to end up in this episode or the next one.
I think I froze.
Oh yeah, you did. All right. Well, Richard, let's move over.
Yeah. We're gonna Caitlin back shortly. The thing I've been thinking is this Loki like our Loki or one of the variants? That's my biggest question is who exactly this Loki is, because we know there's Loki variants, and we know that this could be either him or another one. So I have no way to predict it. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm excited to get him.
Yeah.
I think it might just be something like in Smallville, where they had like Luthor have flash forwards of him as President Lex. I think it might be something like that, where they kind of see what Asgard would be under President Loki, or I don't even know if they're in Asgard. They might be in the United States, but I don't know. Everything might be, copacetic in terms of President Loki doing a good job, and he might be like, "Oh, I like this version of myself," and stuff like that. React to it, basically. But yeah, I think it'll be like a cute homage, like President Lex, President Loki type thing.
Yeah, I mean, originally last episode when it ended, I thought, okay, well, it seems like we might get the end scene of the whole series will kind of be President Loki kind of smiling at the camera, and it kind of sets up, oh, what's going to happen in season 2? But I was just thinking about it over the week. I think that we're going to get President Loki who's ruling this wasteland. Like he's the one Loki that kind of like stepped up, and he's the alpha Loki going on in this this desolate wasteland with the broken Avengers tower and whatever else is going on. It seems like he's kind of rose from the ashes. So I'm hoping, and because if you look around him, there's a bunch of different like misfits. It's not like it's like government officials exactly, right? I'm hoping that we'll see a lot of that this episode. Oh, and maybe like a new unpredictable face of a villain, And speaking of villain reveals, we're still waiting for that villain reveal behind the TVA. Are we going to get it this episode, or are they going to wait for episode 6?
If anything, maybe a tiny tease of what's going to come, maybe like in the last seconds of this episode. But it's kind of crazy that we're 4 episodes into the series out of 6, and we still have no idea who the villain is.
Right. I want more. And just quickly run through it.
Yeah.
All right.
Is Caitlin back with us? She's muted.
Yeah. Because you're moving.
I can't tell if I'm back on YouTube.
You're back.
Okay.
It looks like you're back.
Okay. Well, hopefully I can be heard. So what was the question?
We were talking about President Loki, how he thought he might fit into it. Then we started getting into a villain reveal behind the TVA.
Ooh, I'm hoping for Kang. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I know it's what everyone wants and is expecting, but I really want Kang. I think that'd be so cool. It'd be such a great setup for Ant-Man, and I honestly at this point can't really imagine who else it would be.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'll say this. I really want it to be Kang too, because I mean, Kang is. I don't know what you guys are thinking. Kang is probably going to be the next like Thanos level villain in the MCU. I mean, we know he's coming in Ant-Man. We've heard that he's going to be teased in this series. I can't see them at this point. I can't think of any other options other than it being Kang. But I mean, obviously we'll see. But I'm hoping for Kang.
And go ahead, Brax.
Oh yeah, I was going to say the fun thing about Kang though is there's so many different versions of Kang. It could be a Mortis. It could be all kinds of different stuff they could play around with and tease.
I was going to say, I think it's okay to tease Kang here and actually show him, because then you can always reintroduce the movie-only audience to Kang in Ant-Man. But it would be fine if you were to tease him here. I don't think it'd be like, when they actually go see Ant-Man 3 or whatever, that they're going to be. They can kind of reintroduce him there too as well.
I'm kind of imagining maybe like the way they did Thanos at the end of the first Avengers. Not even anything really long. He doesn't even really have to say anything, but it could be just that short of a tease, just to know.
Just turn to the camera.
Like, yeah, right.
Hello.
Exactly.
Or almost the opposite, where it's just audio.
Oh, that could be cool too. Yeah, one or the other.
Interesting. Something else that kind of faded into the background was the whole Miss Minutes. Do you think we'll get kind of a wrap up on what's going on with her? Or is she just kind of just a fun side thing going on?
Oh, she's sus for sure.
I'm so curious.
Is she just an AI?
Yeah, she said she was like kind of alive. I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah, like you have to expand on that, right?
It's kind of one or the other.
Yeah.
You almost wonder if the like Android TVA things were similar, where they were not quite alive, but were like technologically advanced enough where they didn't have to be fully like puppeted.
The timekeepers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
There's also a rumor flying around right now that everybody who was pruned was a Loki. So there's rumors that Owen Wilson is going to end up being a Loki. That first guy in the beginning that got tased in line is actually a Loki.
DMV guy.
So
Yeah.
you get pruned means you get turned into a Loki?
Or maybe this is like the Loki division of the TVA.
Yeah, something similar to that. But
That'd be great.
I mean, we're gonna get a lot of answers today, so can't
Hopefully.
wait.
This should be a big one.
Hey, thanks everyone who's up in the chat right now and hanging out and watching with us. Just make sure to hit that thumbs up button so other people know that we're doing this and they can watch it as well, and share it so other people kind of jump into the fun, because the show's gonna get started real soon.
Also, we have a poll up for the first time, which is cool. Josh got that going for us. Is Mobius dead? You can cast your vote yes or no. So
No, please no. He's so fun.
he better not be.
They have to pay off the jet ski. They have to pay off the jet ski.
They have to.
It's Marvel. They're gonna do it. They have to do it.
Absolutely.
I feel like that's worth a post-credit scene. Just see Mobius riding a jet ski.
Just Owen Wilson on a jet ski for sure.
Yep.
Love it.
I mean, Is Mobius Dead would, at the very least, would make like a dope ass T-shirt or bumper sticker. We should get that.
Right?
Yeah.
Totally. Didn't he say at one point, slap it on a T-shirt?
Oh, right, yeah. There we go. So let's talk about Mobius. Is he in the prunatory? What's gonna happen with him this episode?
I'm so curious if every time you get pruned, you get sent to like a different, essentially, world where it's just the pruned versions of you. Because if so, that's almost like an infinite number of worlds. So I think it could be really interesting. If he is, I would love to see that world, just to see if they're literally all TVA agents and he's just gonna be so sad. Or
Man, that'd be messed up.
right? Or is it like maybe he's alone? Like maybe there's kind of the first one of him that has been pruned. I don't know. I don't know that we would necessarily see it. I feel like we're going to focus on Loki's little prune world, but I would love to see some of the other ones because this is it's so weird and so cool. Like I'm more interested in the TVA now that we know how horrible they are.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think we're going to see Mobius in the same spot that Loki is. I think they're going to go and the buddy adventure is going to continue, because Mobius made a distinct decision to really like go for what's right. So I think that we're going to see them really like pursue his goal of taking down or getting the answers he needs from the TVA. And
or it might
Loki
just
would
be that everybody who's prone just goes to the same location. Could be that too.
Yeah. It could be, I mean, the void, right? It could be a little like who brought it up last week? Limbo, right? So.
Right. You know, I'm curious to see if there's just one void or if there's a different void for each character. Like, is there a Loki void? Is there a Mobius void? You know, whatever it is.
Huh.
Is there that guy at the DMV void?
I mean, that's an interesting thought, because it would make sense out of the comic book idea of the clones and Mobius and stuff too. So like, that's actually a good possibility.
Mm-hmm.
So what do the other Lokis? What do you think their intentions are? What are they trying to do? Are they just trying to escape? It seems like they were familiar with Loki landing in the prunatory.
Yeah, I would be trying to escape if I was them. I'm curious if it's going to be a situation where we see like all of them are just vying for power and they keep kind of backstabbing each other. That would be sort of hilarious to see Loki have to deal with that while trying to get them to work with him to escape. So he finally kind of gets a taste of his own medicine.
Talk about a look in the mirror.
Right?
I just think they might just be like super bored there. I kind of got flashbacks to like Death. I was watching Death Note recently in the Shinigami realm or whatever. That's what kind of feels like. They're just there, like, bored out of their minds, just waiting for something to happen. So.
Just chilling.
Yeah.
Well, we'll find out really soon. Do you have any comments that we should address before we get into the episode?
Let's see here. We got Toku Kid. We got Krishna from the Illuminerdi. Let's see. Over here. Toku Kid said, I would love it with Miss Minutes running off old propaganda, keeping the TVA going off real timekeepers who died or left.
Interesting.
Yeah, do you think there were timekeepers?
I mean, I would assume so at some point, but who knows how long ago they, stopped being what we think they are.
It's hard for me to imagine there are timekeepers in the form that they were kind of being advertised.
Yeah.
I think, you know, that's interesting. I mean, hopefully we'll get that answer soon. Like, I mean, I'm really hoping that we're not getting another series where we get a lot of questions and not enough answers. So I just really hoping that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm leaning more towards the timekeepers being a real thing. They just, and the TVA or whatever, kind of just use the essence of, or the backstory of the timekeepers to like make their own thing. But yeah, that's what I'm leaning towards. That they're actually that they actually did exist.
At the first episode, Miss Minutes gave the whole video breakdown exposition drop for the multiverse, and of course we saw the multiversal war. That really obviously probably teases things to come far in the future. But do we think we'll get a mini war within the Loki series before it's over? Before the season's over?
Maybe a tease of it. I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, this show has to tie into some way with probably Spider-Man No Way Home and Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness. I'd be shocked if there's not at least a little something. I don't know if they'll maybe try to keep it self-contained just for the Disney Plus-iness of it, but we'll see.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I don't even know necessarily we get a tease of a multiversal war yet, but we might kind of see the cracks starting to form.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then what I was going to say too is what I didn't expect from Loki is it's really setting up what if, it seems like, as well. If by the end of this timeline shattered or whatever, and there's all these different stories that could possibly be going on at the same time, well, what better show to kind of dive into all these different possibilities.
I'll say this: I did not think What If was actually going to be connected to the live action series until this show started.
Yeah, no, it's a great point.
I just love the idea of all the Lokis breaking the timeline because they do a group hug.
Oh my god, that would be amazing. Well,
a feeling of love,
right?
Yeah. Also, wasn't that the working title for the first Avengers? Group hug.
Oh, you're right.
Just as a way to tie it all together.
There you go.
Neat little bow.
I finally defeated them.
Glorious.
That's a good comparison in the chat. Django Fett says the fight with Loki, Sylvie, and the Timekeepers reminded him of the fight in The Last Jedi where Kylo joined Rey to defeat Snoke and the guards. Very similar feel.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Marvel will do that better, but not doing enough time to get into a Last Jedi debate on here.
Snoke being a clone, the Timekeepers being fake. Yeah, it makes sense.
That's a great comment, Django.
What do you guys think is up with Renslayer?
I mean, there's no, she could actually turn out to be the big bad of this series. I was just thinking about that. I could see that happening because of all her gang ties.
Is she really bad, or does she really believe what she's doing is the right thing and she's being misled?
I don't know, man. I was surprised when we saw her as a TVA agent. I'd expected that she was kind of a higher up the whole time. So when we found out she's a TVA agent, that threw me for a little bit of a loop. But she didn't seem necessarily as shocked as I would have expected when they cut off the timekeeper's head and it was a robot.
Yeah.
So I don't know. She's really sketchy and really interesting. She was so sad when Mobius got pruned, so I'm also curious if she knows you don't die.
Yeah, and then in the last episode, she also said something interesting where she said that he had left multiple rings on the desk, and he had no idea what she was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Right, with the coffee cup.
Yeah, exactly. So he had been there before multiple times. So
but he didn't know it.
More. Right. Yeah. So maybe she's seen that before. Who knows?
Maybe.
Who knows? All right, people in the chat, do you have any questions before we get started with the episode? In the meantime, I'm really excited for this. I'm really excited. Yeah.
2 more left. There's going to be a lot of stuff.
I can't remember who in the cast it was, but I think it was Tom Hiddleston who said last episode at the beginning of this one were his favorite parts of the show.
Oh, for real? Interesting.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was him or somebody else, but I know somebody said it.
Either way. Oh yeah, actually, I did hear someone say that we're going to get a lot of revelations in this. We had the cameo from Sif before as well. You think we'll get any other kind of random MCU cameos in this one?
I would love if Chris Hemsworth voiced Throg. That'd be great.
That would be amazing. I could totally see him doing that too.
I don't know if it'll be this episode, but I do want to see some type of cameo, either in the last one. If it's not Kang, just something to kind of spark a little bit of hype for the end of the show. They could do like one of those Marvel teasers or whatever.
Yeah.
Each show seems to kind of end with something big, so hopefully this trend continues.
Yeah, and I'll say this: the second to last episodes of both of the last couple series have been really big ones. Like WandaVision was the whole Agatha thing, and then Falcon Winter Soldier was, Falcon and Bucky trying to figure out their whole next move against the Flag Smashers, and Sam actually becoming Cap. So,
yeah. As far as cameos, the only one that really would make sense to me is if they got Rene Russo to come back. And
that would be super cool.
Yeah, and tie up the whole mother issue deal, and let Loki move on with his life.
I was thinking that too, because like Thor kind of got to say goodbye in Endgame, so I would love it if Loki got the chance to, because he never actually betrayed her. He just has to live with the knowledge that a version of him would have.
Yeah, right. And I said they got her back for Endgame. That definitely opens up the chances of them being able to get her back for this.
And she was so good in Endgame.
That was a great scene. That's one of my favorite scenes of the whole movie.
Eat a salad.
Salad. That was great.
I also love Thor trying to act like he's not a time traveler. He's like, I'm the exact same Thor you saw 5 minutes ago, just with a giant beard and a beer gut. It's fine.
2 different colored eyes.
Right?
That was great.
Well, guys, let's get into it. I can't wait anymore. I want to see this. Let's get this synced up. Everybody watching, everyone get onto the Disney Plus sign and just hit pause because we're going to count it down.
Oh, right before we start,
go for
do you think we're getting post-credit scenes again?
Oh, I would lean toward yes for this one.
Absolutely.
Any guesses?
Leading into the last episode?
Ooh, I have no idea.
I think it might be a Renslayer reveal. We'll go with that.
That could be cool. Yeah.
Maybe
Renslayer this episode, Kang the next.
Might show us that Mobius is still alive. Maybe at the end. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe do the Mobius scene for this one like they did with Loki in the last one.
He just lays back down. Nope, not doing this.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's where the wow should come in for sure.
I'm sad. I think I heard somewhere that he doesn't say wow. That's why I haven't brought it up in 2-3 weeks. So yeah,
okay.
I know.
Always.
Yep. I know.
I'm almost curious because if this is going to be similar to the episode where they're on Lamentus and we don't see the TVA, then I could see a post-credit scene getting back to the TVA and some kind of Renslayer reveal.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But
right,
I also go back to the TVA, so I hope we do.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's sync it up. I'm going to give the countdown. Everybody get your hand on the play button. And we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's Loki time.
Well, that'd be cool if we see those variants.
Right.
Oh. I want to see more of her. I want to see more of that hunter.
B-15?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Oh, yes, please tell us everything.
Okay, here we go.
All right. The official Marvel thing.
Second week in a row.
It's a teaser. It means this episode is going to be hype because it has the Marvel intro.
Right?
They're confident enough to include it.
They're confident enough to include their own damn logo or their own
Was
damn
this-
music.
Was this in front of that Lamentus episode, that filler episode?
Nope.
I forgot.
It was just in front of last week.
Yeah,
okay, because it didn't deserve it. Okay.
Didn't deserve it. I heard that.
Yeah, shots fired. Okay, starting off here.
Like, you want to know what happened to Loki? Bummer.
Nope.
All right.
I hate that. I like it
The
to start
upside
exactly.
down thing.
Oh my god. I love when they do that, and I hate when they do that because it screws with your brain. Oh my god, I just noticed that the for all time always is above the elevator because of course it is.
It's everywhere. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's called. Are those hourglasses on the door?
Probably.
Absolutely. Or
Yeah.
infinity symbols.
Yeah,
Yay.
could be either.
We're in the void, I think.
Nope.
Oh, we might get a reveal here. No.
Whoa.
Here we go.
Is this the void?
Oh, so TVA is just going about business normal, like everything's fine.
Of course they are.
Yep.
It's a great, this is a good score.
Yeah, I like this.
I love the music from this actually.
What in the world is the giant purple cloud?
Oh god.
It's Galactus.
No more cloud-based villains.
MCU cameo confirmed.
Loki sees it and just books it. He's like, I'm not dealing with evil Thor. Not happening.
Where his lunch?
Eliath.
What the hell?
Ooh.
All right.
Anybody else getting some massive Harry Potter vibes from that?
A little bit.
Damn.
Little fing fang foom up in the sky.
Oh my god.
Nice. Would you be like bummed if you got to be in a Marvel show and you had to wear the like ridiculous spandex?
Are you talking about Richard D. Grant?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, who did I do to deserve this?
All the like ambiance of the room disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
They're not in the same spot, are they?
Then how did they get down here?
You're right. How did they get there?
Of course it is.
You're gonna get stabbed.
Oh.
That doesn't make sense. Well, you'd have to go get it.
Yeah, trust you. That's a great idea.
Would you like stab her? I would have stabbed her by now.
Is she gonna prune themselves so they can go there and try and
Right?
escape? Oh, yeah.
Is that what they have to do, right? Wow.
I can't stop looking at the alligator.
That's great. Are you talking to the birds? Then answer questions, dude.
Seriously.
Is that a toaster in his backpack?
Wow.
I'm so bummed. Alligator Loki doesn't talk.
Yeah.
He growled.
He totally smiled. Hey, so you guys have subtitles on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's boastful Loki, kid Loki, and then I missed who old Loki's supposed to be.
He killed Thor. Wow.
What?
Okay.
Kid Loki?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
he said.
Damn.
Okay, then.
Apparently the snake trick worked too well.
Like, it's me. Stab me. Oh my god, the Thanos copter?
Can you imagine he like actually stabbed Kid Thor and then just didn't know what to do?
Please tell me somebody else noticed the Thanos copter in the background. Wow. Is that a food tray or a bunch of food trays? A hammer.
Mjolnir.
There's Throg.
Was that Throg?
Yep.
Was that Throg?
Oh man, I didn't see it.
We got it.
Bowling pins. Okay.
Thanks, Josh. He said the older ones referred as classic Thor, classic Loki.
Whoa. What the hell is that?
That's sad.
Oh my god. Here we go.
You prune yourselves with a temp pad. Come on, guys.
What?
You're just mentioning this now?
That's a little convenient.
So lying.
She looked like she was lying, yeah.
Wizard of Oz reference.
Oh, yeah.
Shake her hand. Uh-huh.
Whoa. Okay.
Filthy? Nothing you going on the run, are you? You know where you hide.
You suck.
Oh God.
See, this is why I would have stabbed her. She's gonna freaking prune herself while she has the tempad.
Wow.
That is bold.
Wow.
Oh, dang. You called it.
I don't think I'd do that.
Power move.
You don't even know where you're
Yep.
gonna go unless you 100% know you're going to the same void.
Good.
Rocks of wine. Wow.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Boastful Loki.
Wow. Alligator Loki's a dick. How does a hat stay on?
Magic? I do. What is your costume?
Right?
So, classic Loki
Hmm.
is cowardly Loki.
Guess so.
Why did he get pruned?
Drinking a high C.
That's great. He's probably like 12, right?
He fell in love. Does she?
Does she though?
Oh my god, he's totally in love.
Oh God, absolutely. Wow.
Whoa.
There we go.
That I didn't expect.
This is a nightmare.
I feel like I should have expected a different Loki to look like our Loki, but I kind of got used to that not being the case.
Me too. Yeah. Okay, it looks similar. It's probably gonna end up being the same place.
What is she, in a bus?
Right? Yeah. Bus. Whoa. Okay.
Run.
Whoa.
What the what?
What the heck was that?
Who's that?
What
Is that
in the-
Mobius? Be Mobius.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Oh my God.
It's got to be.
Come on.
Then a pizza. Yep.
He did go there.
Wow.
Ew. Really? Come on.
Oh.
Loki's so tired.
He's just done with this shit.
Why would he give you his army? This doesn't make any sense.
Oh my God.
My God.
So much double crossing. Oh, this is Captain Hook.
Wow.
Straight up Captain Hook.
What
Yeah,
the?
it is. Is he gonna get a hook for a hand after that?
I love our Loki. He's like, I don't want to do this.
Loki's just all right. I'm out.
I love as he's watching all of it. Like, are you kidding me right now?
Wow.
Just throw the alligator at someone?
Pretty sure he did. Or projection of it, maybe. Wow.
Where's Boseville Loki? They left him.
Fighting.
We'll cross her.
Okay. Okay, help.
Wow, this is weird.
That's she never said she was a hero.
Why does everybody want to go to the
I
cloud?
don't know.
Right?
What
Well,
just fell out of the sky?
That's
Them, I
been
think.
happening the whole episode.
Oh.
They're gonna use this later on.
They gotta.
Mm.
Whoa. USS Elridge.
How did a boat get pruned?
Right?
I think when they set off those
The
little
bombs coming.
grenade things,
The time grenades.
yeah, that sends it here too.
Whoa.
Say
Okay.
what?
Because there was a sphinx in the background earlier, and that's bigger than a boat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got a lot of cannibals, huh? Do you think they kiss?
Why wouldn't they now?
I'm hoping they don't.
Me too. They're us.
That is Kang.
Okay.
I've been down here a bit longer than you. I love that as if that means anything.
That's his I cannot even face.
I mean, that's just his face in this whole show.
Right? That's at least 10 times an episode.
It's reveal time.
Wouldn't that be your face?
I know. She's about to talk to somebody here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
The reveal music.
Yeah.
Definitely ominous.
That's gonna be like a shrine.
What the?
No,
Hunter.
B-15.
My fave.
Wow.
What? What? Ooh. She knows. She's gotta.
Yeah.
She needs it.
Wow. Good call.
Thank you. Be really helpful to have that void spaceship thing right about now, huh? Hold up. Why don't you just ask the little time clock thing who created this place? Because she looked worried just then.
Yeah, right.
It's too easy.
His horns.
He's green.
Are you having an existential crisis right now, Mobius?
Oh, yeah.
He also didn't devote his life to it. He was lied.
His life was stolen from him.
Right. He was lied to. You can't really devote your life when you don't know it is your life.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna cuddle now.
He's gonna start yawning. Put his arm up.
Yeah.
Wow.
So chivalrous. Can she not conjure?
Guess not.
So awkward.
Seriously. They're gonna kiss right now, aren't they?
Oh, please don't give a Ezra Miller flash line.
Oh God.
I need friends.
Than having people.
Just kiss already.
Oh, sookie now.
Wow.
You think he conjured a tablecloth? I'm so sad Thor doesn't get to meet this Loki.
Right.
Ooh. Is that how it ends?
Together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
I need Mobius to like pop up between them and be like, "What's the plan?"
Yeah.
Wait, what?
in the heck are those?
Where are their heads?
How are they making noise? I love the alligator.
Me too.
That looks like a Kree ship on the left, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it does look like Ronin's ship.
We're about to get a cliffhanger like nothing we ever seen.
Seriously.
I love the big damn hero music we're getting.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good score.
Aw, Mobius, your best friend is leaving.
What?
Why?
Stockholm syndrome.
Whoa.
Why would you stay here?
They've been there forever. Wouldn't they want to get out?
Right?
Right. Whoa. What is? Oh, I
It's a
gotcha. Okay.
holster.
Knife holster.
Richard, what is that?
Nice suspenders. That's what they are.
That's yeah.
Wow.
It's your first friend. Hug him.
There we go.
Wait, so who had the temp ad to just get out of there? Was it?
He whispered that to Sylvie.
Wow. That's
He didn't even.
cold.
You know, Loki thought that was for him.
Wow. Yeah, that's beyond creepy.
Do you guys think Sylvie's gonna die?
I don't understand how she's gonna enchant it. Is she gonna do like a Sue Storm and put out like an invisible, I don't know, invisible force field or something?
Right.
Man, that's just moving fast.
All I can picture is them standing in front of like a wind machine and
Oh
staring
yeah,
at
right.
the sky.
Actually shooting it. Oh God, he's gonna do it, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Maybe not.
He's the distraction.
Whoa. Cool.
Dang, you have a fire dagger?
That's pretty solid. This is pretty epic.
Uh-oh.
Oh crap.
She got this.
What
What
the?
is
The
that?
heck is that? Somebody else?
Classic Loki. It's got to be classic Loki.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Nice.
What a
Oh,
beast.
he's badass. Look at
He's
that.
building
Oh.
Asgard.
Building Asgard.
Holy crap.
Oh, wow.
Talk about a distraction.
What a way to go.
Yeah, he does have the most experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
He was the one who said that the knives only distract.
Oh, right, right. Oh, she's not an enchantress.
All right, Loki's going to learn to enchant.
Okay.
Ragnarok 2.0.
Right.
Mysterio 2.0.
Whoa.
There you
Is
go,
she
buddy.
channeling
Alright.
through him, or is he doing it?
Yeah, they're
Oh
holding
God.
hands.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's gone.
Classic Loki.
Valiant effort.
He got his big hero moment.
Yeah.
Green Lantern Loki out.
Wow. One episode, and that's it.
Dang.
Whoa.
Yo, they did it.
All right.
Now what?
That was like one sliver strike of enchant stuff.
You guys could have done this like 5 minutes ago.
Right. Did classic Loki have to die?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that can't be it. Come on.
Of course it can.
Come on.
We got like no answers.
Right? There's got to be a post-credit scene, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Miss
Well, that
Menace is the only one left. That's
Yeah, right. That was definitely an episode.
that was definitely an episode for sure.
I liked last week's more.
I think so. I mean, this one was really good, but I'd say last week is probably my favorite so far.
Mm-hmm.
I hope Josh is out there getting a screenshot of Throg. If I missed him,
we have to see that.
It's already been requested.
Oh yeah,
I'm a little
good.
confused about the logistics of them being in the timekeeper thing and then them not being in the timekeeper thing and Hunter B-15 getting locked up when she was in the timekeeper thing with them.
Right.
Georgia Peach. Is that really the name of me?
Oh, maybe there
Wow.
is one.
No post-credit scene.
Wow.
See you next week.
All right then.
Alrighty then.
All right. Well, welcome back to our Loki episode 5 wrap up. We just finished screening the episode, and it was something. It was something. right off the bat, what are your initial feelings of the episode, TC?
It was okay. I think a lot of it was just like, oh, Sylvie and Loki, we can do this. Just hold my hand, and conversations between them about their affection for each other. I thought the Lokis were cool. I thought the kid Loki was pretty cool. Of course, classic Loki was a badass, and it was cool to see him kind of recreate all of Asgard and as like was it enchanting or no? It was just like sorcery, but
an illusion.
Yeah, an illusion. But I mean, I was a little underwhelmed with the episode. I'm not gonna lie, just because we didn't really get to see like who's behind everything yet. Just a bunch of teases of it. And there wasn't too much action besides like a big scary cloud demon monster guy. So, it was just okay. It was just okay to me.
Richard, what were your early initial thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good episode. Don't get me wrong, but I'm definitely with TC on it. A little bit underwhelming. I mean, classic Loki was awesome. I really liked the guy who played Kid Loki. He was cool. Didn't get a lot out of boastful Loki. I mean, he had a couple fun moments with the Infinity Stone thing, but yeah, just more of that Loki Sylvie romance relationship, whatever you want to call it. Super weird. We still have no idea what in the hell is going to happen next week. Like, I have no idea what to predict at all.
Caitlin, what are your thoughts?
Well, it seems like Renslayer maybe doesn't know what's going on, which I find, I don't know, sort of a bummer. I was hoping she was a little more in the know. And there was no change to like anything with the TVA, which felt weird. Like I said earlier, I didn't understand the logistics of they're in the timekeeper room, then they weren't, and Hunter B-15 got locked up, even though she was with them. Like, so some of that stuff didn't make sense to me. Miss Minute is still weird. I mean, I wanted to find out more about what was going on with the TVA, and we literally found out nothing. And then with the Lokis and Mobius, it was basically like, we got to go through the cloud. And they did. But they kind of talked about it for a whole episode. And I'm like, all right. It felt like not filler, but it just felt like they stretched out something that could have been done a lot quicker.
Yeah, it's definitely a bold move to go the big purple cloud route, I guess. We've seen that a couple of times before. I don't want to bring up old stuff and bad memories, but
Galactus reincarnated.
Don't say it.
Some Green Lantern stuff, maybe.
Right, exactly. Yeah, Parallax, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. Forgot about Parallax.
I feel like this episode probably would have been better if it had been after the third episode, but coming off the fourth episode, I expected more.
Yeah, because the fourth one was so good. Like that was just a great episode overall. I only had maybe a couple minor complaints, but yeah, I mean, this one wasn't bad. It just wasn't great either.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that it's not exactly a filler episode, and it's not. But the reason I think that we're feeling like that is because all they did was just kind of move the chess pieces just a little bit more to get in the checkmate mode instead of really doing any action.
Yeah. Like, I probably would have liked it more if it seemed like Renslayer was the one at least somewhat in control or knew what was going on, so she was planning things. It really just felt like she was really confused as well. And to me, it's like, okay, so no one knows what's going on. Great.
And yep, we got Frog Thor. We got Frog.
Let me see this picture.
This is wow. That's something.
He kept trying to jump at the hammer, which I thought was great.
That was amazing.
So do you think he's from the same universe as Crocodile Loki?
He could be.
It makes sense to me. Yeah, so I mean, as far as Renslayer, one thing that kind of didn't sit right with me is, I mean, I've seen a lot of different Gugu Mbatha-Raw stuff, and I haven't really seen her being a villain too much. And I felt like she was hard to read because she was overacting so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously, like
Yeah, this episode more than any of the others.
It's not
She's
like even her, not even her normal acting style, like what she was doing. She was really like purposefully like, really, Miss Minutes, you could do that. Like it was really kind of odd. So it was really, that's why it's so hard to read for me.
Yeah.
I'm with Caitlin on this in terms of like she just seems like less interesting by like not being in on things and just kind of being clueless like the rest of us. I think it would have been a cooler angle to have her kind of like lightweight pulling the strings a little bit, and if she is associated with King, it would have just been a cooler thing. But now it's just I don't. It's Miss Minutes is the only one who has answers apparently.
Yeah, it felt like they took the teeth out of her character. And the other piece of it too is like her whole thing of like we just need to keep the TVA running like normal. I'm like, so are you not a variant? Are you not concerned? Like you've had really no reaction other than, oh, we have to protect the actual timekeepers, which seems super weird as a reaction to all this.
Yeah.
They mentioned the man beyond the end of time. That's actually a character in the TVA who's like an actual person who's called the man behind beyond time from the comics. So they are kind of keeping things kind of a little bit comic accurate, but it's just interesting how they're going to rework that with the fake timekeepers and all that other kind of stuff. It's interesting adaptation job that they're doing right here.
Yeah.
Oh, so we have a poll here. So, what would you rate this episode out of 4? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Let's go around real quick.
I voted for it on the YouTubes. I gave it a 2, but I wanted to give it a 1, but I was trying to be nice and I gave it a 2.
Oof. I'd say somewhere between a 2 or a 3. If there was a 2.5 option, maybe I'd say that.
Yeah, I said 3, but 2.5 is probably a little more accurate.
Yeah,
I'm sitting at 3.
Okay.
Sitting at 3, but yeah, the rankings so far are pretty even. Interesting. Well, let's go to the comments and see what people are thinking about the episode before we move on.
Let's see. Toku Kid said this episode did what I thought it would, show us so many Lokis to show how far ours has come.
I did love that. He was so done with all of them.
That was amazing. That was my favorite part of the whole episode. Just his look when all the Lokis were together in the Loki lair. That was amazing.
And they did all betray each other.
Yeah, he sees himself and how like silly he is. He's just watching himself.
Yeah.
Love boastful Loki. You said I'd be king. Well, why would I do that? That's stupid. I'm king. No, you're not. God darn it. You know, like, and Loki just standing there like, I can't believe I'm this stupid. Like,
this is interesting. We have to check on this, but Glenn Grant said Yellow Jacket's head in the beginning. Let's talk about that TVA connection to the quantum realm confirmed.
Oh.
I'm gonna say we got to go back and get a shot of that.
I didn't see Yellow Jacket's head. That's crazy.
Another thing that I've seen a couple of different times in the comments is the Thanos copter was there.
Yeah.
Richard that was great.
Yeah, Richard pointed that out.
I saw a giant helicopter with Thanos on it, and the Thanos copter is a thing in the comics, right?
It's so cool how they're putting all the absurd things into this series and kind of just casually just throwing it out there. I'm enjoying that.
Toku Kid made another comment earlier. Where is it? Because that was interesting. Well, you guys keep talking. I'll find it.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, here it is. Man Beyond Time is usually portrayed as someone who's good. Maybe he set up the TVA and it got corrupted by itself.
That's an interesting theory.
Right? Because if they were essentially animatronics that were going off a program, why the TVA start like killing people?
It would fit with the series because everyone's kind of initial intentions are never exactly what they turn out to be in this show. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and then we just got that shot of Thor's hammer. Does Mjolnir look any different than what we've seen in the rest of the movies so far? It looked pretty similar to me, at least from my end.
Yeah,
well, boastful Loki had a hammer too. That was weird.
Yeah, super weird. Yeah, the gold one.
At the end credit scene last episode, I thought for sure that was going to be Thor.
Me too. That's what I thought. I didn't think it was going to be another Loki.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or
His
a
hammer,
Loki that was worthy of Thor's hammer.
Mjolnir.
but I don't think
Yeah.
that is Thor's hammer. Like if you look at it, it looks like it was actually just made, like put together by stuff.
Yeah.
No, the
It's
head of it
gold,
looked
too.
gold. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He just got jealous and made a hammer.
Right? No,
Now, that
I mean,
would be hilarious.
What about Kid Loki saying that he killed Thor? That's kind of dark.
That's
Brutal.
super
Crazy.
dark.
Brutal.
grim dark.
Killed them as kids too.
I'm
Right?
curious if it's a prank went wrong, like the snake prank where he stabs him.
Or the
He
DB
didn't-
Cooper one.
He didn't seem very conflicted by it.
Nope.
No, he was standing his ground.
Yeah, it kind of seemed like he was like, and he deserved it.
Everyone else is like, I missed my brother. He's like, I don't.
I
Right?
don't. He's literally dead to him.
We also never got an explanation about Crocodile Loki other than everyone just going, you know what? Everything else has been weird. Let's just go with it.
He's green, right?
I
He's a Loki because he's green.
Wow.
don't think we ever will. I mean,
Nah, I don't see that coming.
yeah, I mean, it would be fun if they showed up in something like What If or something. But
Oh my god.
that might be something. That'd be something for the comics. It seems like.
Well, wasn't
Yeah.
there some kind of? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure if this was for Loki or What If. Was there an image teased of multiple Lokis coming into What If at some point? Like within the last couple of days, I think.
Yeah. I feel like that was, because we did see that in the first Thor though, when they were fighting.
Right. Yeah.
We
At
saw
the
it
very
in
end
Avengers,
when
too.
Loki surrounded him.
Yeah, so I think it probably was more about that because they all looked identical. It didn't look like a bunch of different variants. It looked more like that projection illusion thing he does.
Yeah, for sure.
So, of the episode, they decided that they're going to go ahead with Sylvie's agenda and stop the TVA. And it seems like that's going to lead directly into the multiverse of madness. And of course, Michael Waldron did the rewrites on the second draft for Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange 2. So it seems like things are really lining up here. It's very interesting. Like, very, very interesting.
I mean, he's been involved in both, so.
Yeah, do you think that we're going to see them stop or destroy the TVA next episode?
I hope so. I kind
too.
of don't see what else you can do. Like if the TVA is left standing, that we would have to address that with the multiverse stuff, Like it almost feels like if you're gonna have the multiverse blow up in some way, which it seems like What If could be that. It seems like Spider-Man could be connected to that, and the multiverse of madness is like gotta be connected to that. So if it does blow up but the TVA is still standing, that kind of turns into, well, what?
Yeah.
Like now what? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think they have to wrap up the TVA thing. If they don't, then yeah, they could be name dropped in a future movie, but then like the non-Disney Plus series watchers are going to be like, what? TVA?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah. I almost feel like additive thing of like if you watch Loki, you get how the multiverse could break. And then if you see the movies, you're just like the multiverse broke. And you're like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I almost feel like if we don't see the TVA kind of implode, then how does the multiverse break apart or get free or
Yeah. I don't really see
converge,
any
whatever.
other option.
Absolutely. I mean, and also just make things too complicated. If something about time travel or multiverse happened, you have to think about, well, what's the TVA have to say about all this?
Mm-hmm. I know there's rumors of like a second season of Loki, so I would really love to see if all the TVA variants basically now have to like figure out what the heck they do. Like, do you try and form a new TVA that actually does what it was intended to do? Or do you just kind of are like, well, I guess chaos is going to happen. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
So, Merlesley, cool. He says, it was a Silver Asgard as well for Silver Age Loki, which is actually a cool point.
That's cool.
Silver Age comic appearance of Loki.
That Asgard was awesome.
Yeah. And our poll, most people are rating into 4. We've got 13 votes, and now 14, and half of it have it at a 4. And
Yeah,
Apparently, we are too picky.
I enjoyed it. I was surprised you guys didn't like it as much.
Yeah, it was a fun episode. Don't get me wrong. I think I liked 4 better.
I just wanted some answers. 4 was so cool with all of the crazy like twists and turns and reveals. So I wanted at least a tease of answers beyond they're going beyond the void, because that was really the big like what's next moment versus everything else that happened. I also would have liked to see some sort of effects on the TVA, because it's basically just nope, they're going about business as usual. Like even Renslayer, her investigation didn't even seem like that huge. She's basically like, Miss Minutes, what's going on? And that was it.
Right.
I had wanted them to kind of like, and I told you guys before the episode even started, I wanted them to give us something in this one to not leave everything for the last episode, which they're gonna do. And the whole like Sylvie and Loki summoning up this enchanted strike through the cloud demon. I don't know, just kind of anticlimactic for me.
I mean, it was cool, but it didn't need a 50-minute build-up.
Nah.
Cloud fights are always.
It's hard to have super cool cloud fights.
It really is.
They should just stop with the cloud fights. Just
I thought they had.
You know, at least it didn't come in the last episode. That's all I'll say to that.
That's a great point. But it was still there.
Yeah.
It was still there.
So the over under Loki and Sylvie kiss in the last episode.
I vote no, because I want it to be no.
It's definitely at a good 75-80%.
I want it to be no, but I'm thinking it's going to be a yes.
I'm with Brax. I'm saying 70-80%. Most likely it's going to happen.
I'll only accept it if one of them is about to die.
I was just about to say this, but seems like it's going to be a tragic love, though.
So a Rise of Skywalker situation.
I don't even like that, so I take it back. I don't accept it. Thanks, Richard. Killed it.
No problem. That's what I'm here for.
Man, yeah, but we're gonna get that wrapped up. But kind of like I was saying at the beginning of the before we started watching the episode, I'm sure we're gonna get some Loki's move on to other things after this. I mean, they have too many kind of like fan favorites growing here.
Yeah. I'm curious what they're gonna do with all these guys. Like, is it really just gonna be a season 2 of Loki, or are we gonna see them pop up in other projects before that?
It's a really good question.
Toku's kid said, I just hope this doesn't end like the other Disney Plus shows where too much happens in the finale, leaving 2 to 5 minutes of closing stuff up. Yeah, it's totally fair.
Also, we got that timestamp on the Yellow Jacket thing. I'm looking at it right now. It does kind of look like a giant version of the Yellow Jacket helmet.
Well, if it's a giant version, my guess is that'd be a variant.
Yeah, some kind of it looks like it's probably at least 50 to 100 feet tall. It's taller than trees.
Then I'd guess as a variant, like Giant Man.
Oh, like maybe a Giant Man version of Yellow Jacket.
Yeah.
That could be cool.
Yeah, I mean, with the 2 to 5 minutes of closing stuff, I almost feel like out of all the shows, this could be the show that just doesn't do closing stuff. It just ends on a, like, what?
Real cliffhanger.
Boom. Yeah.
So I gotta be real with you guys. What I was really thinking about, like, what is it about this series that's not like clicking 100% with me? Like, after I watch the episodes, I don't really think about it that much during the week unless I'm like putting my mind to think about it. Other shows have kind of stuck with me more. Like, WandaVision annoyed me, but I was still like, okay, but what's happening here? I still gotta know. I still gotta open the box. You know what I mean? Like, Falcon and the Winter Soldier had a little bit more like gravitas to it, so I was still interested in seeing what happened next. This is, I mean, not that I'm not enjoying it. It's just after like tomorrow, I'm not going to be thinking about it that much.
I feel like the only episode I've really thought a huge amount about was last week's, just because I liked it so much. It was so cool. Like, I loved that moment where we see the timekeepers for the first time. We're all like, those look like weird Star Wars animatronics, and they were. You know, like stuff like that, or like when Mobius gets pruned, and we're all just like, what? Like, you know, so like that kind of stuff again, where you have like these shocking moments. Whereas here, it was kind of like, nothing huge stood out to me. Like classic Loki's awesome Asgard thing was cool.
Mm-hmm.
And like the Lokis all fighting each other was funny, but there wasn't a moment where I'm like, okay, yeah, that's the defining moment of this episode.
Yeah,
Not-
and you had Sif in the last one, and you had the banger post-credit scene of the Lokis. Like, just
Yeah.
fantastic. It was too good.
Yeah.
And we got spoiled last week.
Yeah.
Not to try to go
post credit scene.
Not to try to go Owen Wilson with it. There wasn't a wow moment in this episode, I think. I mean, there was some there was some really cool stuff. Like you said, like the Loki fight was funny, and classic Loki doing the Asgard stuff was really cool. But there wasn't a moment in there where you were just looking at it and you just said, wow, like what are they doing with that?
Yeah, I mean, classic Loki was maybe my favorite part of the episode because he's like this really cowardly character that's like, yeah, I ran. I'm gonna die. That's stupid. And then he takes that moment to really be like, no, I'm gonna sacrifice myself for the greater good. So like he had a very cool little arc in the episode, which I appreciate, but
Yeah.
we're
I mean,
also probably never gonna see him again.
That was some cool character development for a guy who was basically in one episode. I mean, that was pretty solid.
Yeah.
Do you think we're gonna get more Kid Loki next episode, or in Croco Loki next episode too?
I hope so. I want them both.
Like we're not. Like it really just felt like they said goodbye, which was a little weird, but
right?
Yeah, especially if they're gonna be stranded there still when they could have left.
Yeah.
Right.
I would have liked to see some other, like I know we saw Mobius, but I would like to see some other variants that weren't just Loki too. Like obviously it didn't have to be the big MCU actors, but
Sure.
I know this whole thing is like Loki's are survivors. It's like so are other characters. Like
That's
you
true.
don't,
Yeah.
you're not the only character that survives stuff. So I would have
Right.
liked to see that a little bit.
That's a great point, because I mean, just having some other characters, whether it was the guy in the TVA or just even other supporting characters or familiar faces from other variants of things we've seen from throughout the MCU, would kind of like it would help with the world building more.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's a great point.
I think, yeah, that might have been part of my problem is knowing Mobius was there meant there were other characters. So this felt really kind of oddly small
Yeah.
for a world
Yeah.
where everything gets dumped.
Yeah. And it looked like there was only one of them. There's only one void. So
Yeah.
So is the next episode just gonna start with Sylvie and Loki walking through the void into? Did you guys get a glimpse of that city that they were walking towards, or was it just some random?
it looked like some kind of mansion thing. I'm gonna go back and look real quick.
I think
feel
we're
like-
gonna probably. Okay.
I was just gonna say, I feel like we'll start in the TVA again with Renslayer.
Yeah, that could be cool.
I think either we'll start in the TVA or get a flashback.
I feel like we're not gonna get the answer right away.
Yeah, so I'm looking at that right now. It looks like some kind of giant mansion thing with a little like a lighthouse on top.
So if it is Kang and Renslayer doesn't know that, do you think it's a variant of a Renslayer, or do you think he like wiped her memory?
I could see the memory wiping thing because that's what happened with Mobius.
And all, yeah.
Right. And we also don't know why she got promoted.
Right.
Why she was so special. I mean, she let the Lady Loki get away. I mean, that's not actually like promotion material.
Yeah, like how
Yeah,
long
she's
been
bad
there.
at her job.
Right. So there has to be something behind it.
Right.
I totally forgot until the picture popped up. Sylvie freaking pruned herself.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Seriously, that was
badass though.
ballsy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to give it to Josh though. Getting us these images. He actually got an image of a Renslayer acting really bad too. So that was cool. Thanks.
Acting.
Oh
I
man,
thought,
yeah.
like Hunter B-15 was my favorite part of the TVA because she was
She was
just like,
good.
yeah, she's like, you don't know what's going on, like, or the fact that she's like, you're not gonna win, it's because yeah, you want to, but she's way more invested. She's been doing this for like what, her entire life. Like her entire life was ruined by whoever this was. So the fact that Renslayer is like, I didn't know any of this was happening, and I'm still super confused, but I'll win. You're like, yeah, okay, sure. It's like she seems way less concerned about the fact that the timekeepers were robots then she should be.
Right.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Like, wouldn't you be having kind of an existential crisis if you were her at the moment?
Oh,
would.
absolutely.
Yeah, she's
Right?
not adding up unless like her memory was wiped and maybe something in the next episode triggers something and she starts to remember some stuff.
Yeah,
Maybe.
like there's some weird protocol going on where she can't, like, legitimately cannot question it. She just has to keep going along with it.
Right, like some kind of mind control thing.
Yeah, that's because you're right, Brack. Because she's not a bad actress. She's very good. So the fact that she's not doing good in this episode, you're like, okay, that's weird. That's something
what's
we're
going
supposed
on?
to notice,
Maybe
right?
it's her being mind wiped and overacting. That's why she's overacting because she's mind wiped.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be something. I've never seen her be like that bad of an actress, just in anything. I've just never seen it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like not be believable. She's always believable. So. It's interesting, you know. So so far it seems like episode 6 has been like largely under wraps. I mean, we haven't seen much from it. I think we've seen almost everything in the trailers now, right?
The only thing I'm thinking we haven't seen, the big one, was Loki on the throne and Loki in Stark Tower.
Oh, in Stark Tower, that is right.
When he says glorious. Yeah.
Wow, what if he just what if it just ends with him popping back into Stark Tower? Like every variant goes to where they were grabbed.
Oh my God. Like
to where they diverge their timeline.
Right from when he's captured by the Avengers and they're fighting over the Tesseract.
Yeah. Like what if it's just you go to where your timeline diverged after the TVA uploads?
That
would change everything.
Weird. And then he gets
right.
Then like they said, he gets to rule his timeline.
Right. Because it doesn't necessarily change everything. That could be the what if thing. Is there's just a bunch of timelines now.
Right.
I think that's 100%.
Because Renslayer did say that they don't get completely wiped out. There's always something from the timelines that stay.
That'd be so sad. He just pops up there and like Sylvie's gone and he can't do anything.
Right. Oh man.
So messed up. He finds a mirror and starts kissing the mirror.
Oh, God.
I would take that. I would take that as just Sylvie kiss.
Right.
Oh my gosh. But no, that'd be kind of cool if that's what kind of the result was. And we almost like, that's how you see Mobius on a jet ski. He was wiped out of time on a jet ski.
Wow. Yeah. That's why he's obsessed with them.
Could Loki theoretically bring Sylvie to that timeline or no?
Oof. I don't know about that.
You'd have to assume he knew he was
that break too many rules.
I think it depends on if this is what happens, it'll depend on what it means. Like, does the TVA get erased and that's why it essentially resets? Because then I don't see how. But if he still has access to a temp pad or she does, then sure.
Right. It's gonna be weird. We're in some weird stuff.
Yeah, right. So what else we got going on in the comments?
Let's see. Glenn Grant said Immortus fell in love with Renslayer, wiped her memory, and made her the judge, so she's always close by. She finds out about it, doesn't like it, and then he gets super mad and turns into Kang. Maybe that's where we could be going with it.
That's a fair guess.
Yeah. Toku Kid said, I'm surprised we didn't get a Howard the Duck cameo since his whole deal is traveling through space and time and messing with stuff.
That's true.
There were some duck-like creatures with no heads and
with
circle
balls
heads.
Yeah. Peacock things.
Yeah. They're birds and they have balls for heads.
We still have one more episode to get Howard though.
It's Howard the Duck. That's the big bad.
Oh my God. Yes.
Man Beyond Time. Yep. I would actually love
that. Gross.
He's chilling. He sees them. He's like, "Ah, damn it."
So last week I was kind of asking who's going to be the big bad villain that they fight, and we got to answer this episode. It was Purple Cloud. Who's going to be the big one for the season finale?
It's Miss Minutes. She's gonna like.
We got our answer. The Purple Cloud.
Yep. Cloud-based villains.
I like Miss Minutes guess. Straight Ghostbuster style. She grows hella big.
Slimer.
Slimer. Oh, that would be amazing. I'd be so down for that, actually.
Renslayer just staring at her in total betrayal. It was you the whole time?
You've got to be shitting me.
That'd be hilarious. They get to the castle, it's just empty. No one's there.
Right. Wow.
Oh, God. I mean, I could almost see it being Renslayer, not necessarily because she's in control of everything, but just because she's still so, like, she has this need to act like everything's fine, so she basically sends the entire TVA after them. Like, I almost feel like with Mobius, we're gonna get some sort of TVA civil war.
We already saw the Renslayer final battle thingy against Sylvie. Like, do we need to see it again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't necessarily think against Sylvie. I think against Mobius.
If you look at like the pattern so far with the Marvel shows, the last episode is always like their big drawn out MCU kind of movie style fight. So
yeah,
they gotta
definitely.
have something. They gotta have something planned. Yeah, I guess I mean maybe even that's kind of what I was hinting at before. You might be right, Caitlin. Like the we'll get like a mini war with just the TVA, hinting at that multiversal war in the future or the past, however you want to think about it.
They just blow up the timeline by fighting against themselves and not noticing.
JD's on the alligator. Loki's the big bad train. Is the big bad train.
That'd be great.
That'd
Can
be
actually
great.
talk. It's just been messing with all of them.
Oh my god.
It's like finally that other Loki's gone. Now it's my time.
We never saw what happened to freaking President Loki's hand. He didn't know if he got the hook or not, but
I know.
No, he didn't.
I loved his reaction too. He like flips, like gets the crocodile alligator off, and then looks down and just screams.
There's been so many like allusions and like just inspiration points for this series from so many different things that are like not even like usually when they do stuff like that, not just Marvel, just in general, you get something that's kind of like cleverly done. They lay it out there like this is gonna be a Western Oz trope. Here you go. This is gonna be the Peter Pan trope. Here you go. It's really interesting.
Empire Strikes Back trope.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if it's good though, but it's interesting.
I thought it was interesting that Loki could do the enchanting, but again, it's not really explained. She didn't really tell him how to do it. She just went, "You're like me, so you can do it," and then I guess he did.
It seemed like she channeled her enchanting through him. But
Yeah,
that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what it looked like.
She was like using him as a vessel almost. Oh, maybe.
Like an extra power source.
Yeah. All this, I mean, we get a little bit of clarification, but we still don't even really understand fully what like Loki's like power set is. Like, what does he actually do? Like, is he actually just making illusions? Is he actually like remember when the building fell in episode 3? He actually stopped it.
Yeah, he stopped it.
Power?
Yeah.
That's the only time you see it though.
Yeah, what's going on? Like,
or when he called the vacuum thing to him in episode 2.
Sure, right. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so inconsistent with his power set.
Yeah.
You would think it'd get more refined, not broader,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the rule stuff in this has been inconsistent, and the out is kind of, at least for the time travel stuff, it's like, well, the TVA is lying and fake, so their rules don't have to be consistent. And with Loki, it's like, well, it's magic, I would like a little bit of like explanation or standardization with it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Let's see here. What else we got going on in the comments? We miss anything? Said Glenn Grant says there was different letters on the Avengers towers. It was a QENG, but I don't know what it means. Neither do I.
QENG.
Quang.
Interesting.
Kang.
Toku Kid said, "Oh, if everyone does get sent back to their branch points, can we see Old Man Loki revived and happy with his brother? That'd be nice."
Right.
Well, I want to see Old Man Thor.
Yeah, right.
That'd be great.
Who would they cast for that?
Just so happy to see Loki not dead after he thought he was dead for like decades.
Oh, for sure.
That Thor would be like, really?
I say Caitlin made a cool remark when Loki was kind of opening up to Sylvie. He's like, I want this Loki to meet Thor because he had learned his ways and he was kind of repenting. So it'd been cool for them to meet. But
that would have been cool.
Yeah, I mean, the one cool thing was all the different backstories they had for the different Lokis. Just wish we could have found out what's up with Kraka Loki.
Yeah.
Right? That is not explained.
Nope.
And I don't think it ever will be.
Probably not.
No, I think because like Loki in Ragnarok by the end was like close with Thor again and fought beside him, which I loved. But he never really, like, he basically was just like, okay, I'm gonna be his brother again. I'm not gonna be his enemy. So he didn't ever really deal with his issues. Whereas I would love to see this Loki get to talk to Thor, get to talk to his mom, get to talk to his dad, and be like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I do love you. I was wrong. I want to be a family.
That'd be cool.
Well, he still might be able to if he goes back to his timeline with all his knowledge.
True.
We'll see. Yeah.
How do we want more Loki in the MCU after this? Or has this satisfied you guys' Loki thirst?
I'm good.
I don't know what I would want. I just don't know what I
I'm sorry, TC. Go ahead. Let me give you one more.
I'm good with Loki. I'm kind of Loki'd out right now. I mean, he's fine in little dashes of, sprinkled here and there, but I'm good with seeing enough Loki for now.
Fair enough. What were you saying, Caitlin?
I mean, like, Loki's never been my favorite character, but I honestly don't know what I would want to see him in. Like, we have been told he's not going to be in Thor Love and Thunder, and I'm kind of okay with that because Thor Love and Thunder is packed. So I don't feel like we need some random emotional scene between Loki and Thor just thrown in there.
Right.
So, and I don't know what else I would want to see him in unless,
It makes interesting, like, with Falcon and Winter Soldier and WandaVision, like, after they were over, I was like, ooh, I can't wait to see what's next. This one, I'm not really like, oh, well, I guess that's done with. Yeah, and then with the rumors about episode or season 2 coming, like, I don't know. Hopefully they didn't get the cart before the horse,
Yeah, I mean, like, I've always loved Tom Hiddleston does such a great job as Loki, but I wouldn't complain about seeing him again. I just don't know where he would pop up next unless they did a season 2 of this show. So I don't know.
And I'm still not sure what that would be.
I also think like part of that, Brax, is that we've seen a lot more of Loki than we have like Scarlet Witch, Falcon, and Bucky. Like he's been in the 3 Thor movies. He's been in the Avengers movies. Like now he's his own solo film that's all about him. So I think that's part of it too. Just over Lokified.
Yeah.
I'll also say, because I do, like, don't get me wrong, I said it before the show started, and I still will stand by it. I do like that we're seeing Loki as his own character, but I also miss the banter between him and Thor. Like, yeah, we got some of it with Mobius, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
Mobius is kind of mean to him sometimes.
I don't completely disagree.
So Toku Kid said he wants more Loki when we get dimension-based heroes like American Chavez or Spider-Verse. Otherwise, keep him to the cosmic issues.
Okay.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking, like, could we see him in Multiverse of Madness? But I almost don't want to, because, like, what would he do other than almost be kind of a silly cameo?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe at this point, you might have to actually have him to inform the audience, like, what the heck happened who weren't watching the show. Who knows?
True.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's it. That would be, like, the only logical... Not that I want to see him there.
Loki could just end with, like, the circle portal thing opening under him, and he looks down, oh, no, what is this? Because he hasn't done it before, and then, boom, gone. And Multiverse opens up with him coming out, and it's kind of that same bit.
Oh, my God.
I've been falling for 1.5 years.
Right?
Wow, yeah.
Like, that's the only way I could see that happen.
PvP said it would be cool if he picked up the helmet that the other Loki dropped. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Give him the classic horns.
It was kind of really charred, but okay.
It was very charred, yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of people seem to be hyped off of the flaming sword. I guess it's an MCU Easter egg.
Yeah, I'm gonna for sure pronounce this wrong. Levatine?
Sounds like some Asgardian shit.
Sorry to anyone that actually speaks whatever language that is based on.
Right.
All right, well, let's go around and give our final predictions. Richard, what are you expecting for this next episode? What are you hoping for? What are your dreams? Let's hear
them. Overall, TBD, because I have no idea. But in terms of what I'd like to see, I mean, we got to get a big bad at some point. I'd like to see whether we get any closure on Loki as a character in this show, or if he's actually going to keep going into other stuff. If it actually connects to any of the movies coming up. Yeah, there's a lot, but TBD.
Caitlin, what are you thinking?
I'm not even going to be specific. I want answers.
Yeah.
I want answers.
I don't even care what they are at this point. Is it Kang? Is it someone else? What's happening?
Something.
Yeah. Like, I want answers. Who's the big bad? What is going on with TVA? What's going to happen? What's going to happen with Sylvie? What's going to happen with Loki? Mobius? Like, just give me something.
There are so many threads.
Right?
Yeah.
I expected a little bit of something this episode, and we got no answers, more questions. I'm like, cool. You got like an hour to wrap this up. All right, let's see. Let's see if you do it. I'm getting like the frustration that I'm sure you guys had with WandaVision. It's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm with Caitlin on this. I want answers too. I want to know who the freaking villain of the series is, and if it's Miss Minutes. I want to see some mysteries revealed, and answers going into the end of this episode. Like, is this going to lead into what if at all, or is this going to plant the seed for multiverse of madness? And please, if Kang is going to be in the MCU, a little tease wouldn't. Can you just give us a drop of tease, please, of Kang? Is that too much to ask for?
No,
okay.
No, it's not. Not at all. Not at all. Yeah, for me, I do want answers as well. Like Caitlin is saying. But really, I'm just hoping that this is like the best episode out of all of them. I hope that at least like this goes out on a high note, and I'm like, yeah, I understand why we got the Loki series now. I just want to have a little bit of that feeling at the end.
Yeah, it needs a top 4.
Yeah, and maybe a good tease for the future, so I can understand why I'd want more of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
that's totally fair. I can totally see that, because you're right. I don't know why we have a season 2 right now.
Who knows?
You guys have any other final comments?
I mean, we've been saying that it seems like this show is going to be having kind of the most impact on the MCU at large, because obviously, like Falcon Winter Soldier, we got the new Captain America, and WandaVision is leading into Multiverse of Madness, but this we're sort of expecting to lead into all the multiversal stuff. And I'm sort of just, since like episode 2, I've been waiting to really see that, and we haven't really get like I'm like, you got like 50 minutes and you have a lot to do. So
yeah.
Right now, my ranking in terms of series is probably Captain America, Winter Soldier. I mean, Falcon and Winter Soldier, WandaVision, and then Loki.
Wow. Okay.
Honestly, kind of same.
Yeah,
I'd say maybe Loki a little more than WandaVision, but I don't know. I mean, they've all been good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I've loved all of them, but yeah.
Like, Loki really has only had one standout episode for me, because like the first episode was funny and like kind of that goofy evil DMV thing going on.
Yeah.
In the second episode, like having the big reveal about Enchantress / Lady Loki was cool. I know 3 no one really liked. I didn't mind it because I am a big Doctor Who fan, and it felt like Doctor Who to me. 4 was great. 4 is the episode that like has been the reason this series exists for me. And then I was underwhelmed by this episode, probably because I went in with my expectations too high.
Damn you, episode 4.
A little bit, right?
Yeah.
There we go. Well, hey, we're going to wrap it up for this week. Thank you, everybody in the comment section, for commenting and participating, or just hanging out and watching with us, or just hanging out for the recap afterwards. So next week will be the final episode for Loki, so make sure that you share this and you press the thumbs up and you let your friends know, and hopefully we get a big party going for the final episode next week. Man, it's been a blast. But hey, we're the Illuminerdi signing out. We'll be here next week to watch along. Thanks again. See you then.
See you guys.
Later, guys.